Hi there again, it's Mr. Ortner.
Mr. White.
And we're solving one more of these.
Maybe two more.
Maybe two more, but one more just right exactly now. What do you think, Mr. White? It's already equal to 0.
Yeah, look at that. We're sort of doing you a favor there. But the domain is a little bit more interesting this time. Negative pi to pi.
Yeah, should we maybe draw that real quick? So negative pi to pi.
Negative pi.
So we're looking for here to here. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so you went forward too many. Go forward.
Still working on the pen skills, kids.
There you go. Okay. So let's just go ahead and say A is equal to cosine x. And let's just jump right into trying to factor this thing. So A, and then we know that's also going to be an A, and then we really only have a couple options. It needs to equal -2 on that third term. So we can just throw in a 2 and a 1.
Which one should be positive and which one should be
That's
negative,
a good
do you
question.
think?
So it needs to be negative cosine, so basically negative A, so it looks like the 2 should be negative and the 1 should be positive.
Should we check that? Does that work?
Yeah, let's do
First,
that.
A squared. The outside terms will be plus A, and the inside terms will be minus 2A, so we'd have result, when we combine those, negative A. Okay, and negative 2 times positive 1. Yeah, that looks like it works. Let's sub that back in and see if we can solve these. So cosine x minus 2 equals 0, and cosine x plus 1 equals 0. So cosine x equals 2, and cosine x -1. Should we flip over to the
let's do
graph?
that. So that one's interesting to me. Cosine x equals 2.
Okay, well that's not even on this graph.
Well,
I mean, that's up here somewhere.
Yeah, y equals 2 is way up there. And we know this sort of already, and this is sort of a trick. Cosine just bounces, and so does sine, just bounces from -1 to 1, -1 to 1. So throwing in y equals 2, that's a no solution. What was the other one? Cosine x equals -1?
Yeah, -1. Let's graph that. So
there's -1 down there. And our domain was negative pi to pi. So we might be able to do this one right away without even thinking about it. So there's 1, there's 2. So it looks like...
So nothing here. Where is, do you want, should we draw the...
Let's just do it. I think we know the answer,
circle?
but I think we can, use the unit circle. So when
where's
is the x value -1? X value. That's right there at pi. So the first answer is pi. But you know that the domain was negative pi to pi, so we got to go backwards.
So we could have gone pi,
that way,
or we could have gone
that way, which is negative pi, which is also cosine is -1. Yep, and that's pretty consistent with our graph, which was negative pi and pi.
Yeah,
right on.
Even with this drawing, you can kind of tell.
You can kind of tell, yeah. All right.